Good morning, I'm Larry with Motoring Specialist. Today we're going to be talking about brake fluid service. When do you need it? Why do you need it? All right, so brake fluid service. This actually came around from BMW. In the 80s, BMW wanted to be the leader of reliability. And so they created a service packaging so that they can make their vehicle more reliable. One of the key things they did back then was include a brake fluid service every 2 years as part of their Inspection 2 service. All right, so why do you actually need a brake fluid service? This is real easy because BMW said so. That is it, no more talking about it. No, really, brake fluid, it's hygroscopic, so it absorbs moisture from the air, and that moisture gets into the brake fluid, and we need to get that moisture out, and the only way to get the moisture out is to do a brake flush where we put a device on the master cylinder, we pump fluid in and extract it out the other end. All right, so we're doing this brake fluid flush to get the water out of your brakes, but who cares? Well, you care because the water that's in there, it's real small water, but it's there. It causes boiling point of the brake fluid to be drastically decreased. So basically, when you use your brakes a whole bunch, like let's say coming down the hill at Tahoe and you're on the brakes in traffic, that boiling point is there so that the brake fluid doesn't boil, right? We're trying to make sure it doesn't boil. If it boils, the brakes start feeling funky, start feeling spongy. We don't want that. The other big thing that the water does is it causes rust. The rust in the brake fluid breaks down stuff on the inside, and we don't want that ever to happen. It causes expensive stuff to break. You know, your ABS control units, your master cylinders, your wheel cylinders, all that stuff gets damaged internally from rust. We've done a whole bunch of testing to determine how often you should do this. We did a boiling test. We bought a piece of equipment that boils the fluid. We had these tester strips. And so after about 5 years of doing this, we realized that all these tests are inconclusive or misleading. So we adopted BMW standard from the 80s. We went back to that, and every 2 years. So that's the standard we're holding, is every 2 years, you need this brake fluid flushed to get this water out of your brake fluid. So you may be asking yourself, what if I don't flush my brake? I've had owned cars for years and never did this. Who cares? I get it, but we're a professional. We want to make sure it's like going to the doctor. It's like watching your cholesterol, and they're doing these preventative things for you. The brake fluid's the same thing. We're trying to prevent other problems. If you miss a brake fluid flush 1 year, you're not going to see this devastating problem. Oh my gosh, my brakes failed. It's not going to happen. What does happen though? Let's say 2 or 3 years later down the road, you've missed this, you haven't done it. We go to service your brakes. We're pushing the pistons back during a brake repair, and now it leaks because this little rust's in there not allowing the seals to happen. Or you slam on your brakes and the ABS system activated, which doesn't activate often unless you're slamming the brakes, and now it doesn't work right the next time. These are the things that we see that are a result of neglecting the brake flush. We also looked at color as being an indicator of when the service needed. We realized that was a very poor indicator. Often if these brake flushes are neglected, color becomes tainted, that we can't get it to be clear 100% again. So the colors is not a good indicator. Some manufacturers use different color brake flush or brake fluids, and so the color, as we used it for a while as an indicator, and we've abandoned that and really went back to the 2-year model again. I hope you guys understand more about brake fluid and when to service it and what's going on with it. If you have any questions, please give us a call. We're happy to help you. If you want more content like this, please like and subscribe.